All right, good morning, everyone. Sorry, I had to go fill up my water right when I started. All right, so market's a little bit down this morning, about a 0.5%. Rob, what's up, Rob? How's your vacay, bud? Sneezing this morning. Nickel is up 5 after a big jaunt down last time. Seventh. Hey, what's up, guys? Good morning. All right, so market's generally down a little bit today. Beyond Meat, Genus, Docu down here, Snaps down here, Peloton's down here. That's good. Next time, don't steal my damn boat so I can go on it, bastard. Sox will win. NIO all neutral today. Morning, Ellie. What's up today? Pays is up. Man, Pays came back pretty nicely on Friday. MED, Anik, AMT, Mongo, Tesla's up here a little bit. Thank you, sir. Oh, my streams are set to normal latency. There's going to be quite a delay today. AMD 1% down. Man, when that thing decided to give up the goat, it decided to give it up, didn't it? Looks like it's still continuing. Peloton down here as well. Okay. So, yeah, not doing that great. So one thing that's changed here recently is that we did undercut the Bollinger Bands. We're also pretty high on distribution day count, um, which is not good. The S&P has 5 distribution days, so that's something to watch out for. One more distribution day on the S&P should put us in correction, or I'm sorry, market under pressure, and then an additional day should put us into a correction. So a couple days away from some bad juju, but until then, we just gotta hope we maintain. It's pretty much all we gotta do. But I think it's gonna be a little bit difficult. The thing that's probably gonna save us is volume. That's usually what saves us is the volume. But I don't know. I still feel that we're pretty elevated up here from big picture perspective. So looks like we're just now breaking down from the prior high on the Nasdaq. So yeah, 0.55 down for the Nasdaq. Ah, come on. There, come on. There we go. All right, so Nikola, Manitowoc, Match, Mongo, Tesla still up. Tesla gave up a little bit the other day, but looks like it bounced right back. Look at that. Pretty nice. Overall, really good action on Tesla. Did the options expire Friday? Let me look at the calendar. 1, 2, 3. No, they should have expired the prior one. July 20th. So maybe June options did expire. They should have expired before that though. Um, should be third Friday. Last Friday was the fourth Friday. Yeah. Yeah, it should be third Friday. So, oh, we'll see. We'll see what that volume has in store. That's a lot. That's Generac. Stupid. It's looking at Tesla. Yeah, no, okay, that looks a little more familiar. Somehow Generac had skyscraper volume after a dark pool trade, but Tesla not doing too bad here. Undercutting the 10 and the 20 for the first time in a while, actually. So we had a brief test of the 20 here, brief test of the 20 here. Now we're on this 20 line, so we'll see what's going to happen here. If the market's going to go into more of a downtrend, then Tesla may be on its way as well. All right, let's take a walk down. Nikola Manitowoc. Still doing pretty good after moving out of our little bottom clearing area here. Coming back down to the line, not quite getting to it, but pretty close. 2 times here. Trying to bounce back up a little bit. I think there's a $1 trillion infrastructure bill being discussed. Just another $1 trillion. May as well do it while we have the US dollar still. Get her done. Works for me. LMT, TRN, LAD. Lithium Motors here doing pretty good. Another electric vehicle maker. Getting back up here towards highs. Small cup on handle on the daily weekly, though it hasn't really transpired yet. Down 0.7 for the NASDAQ. Let's check our leaders from last week. Oak to down 2.45. Definitely not looking that hot this morning. Yeah, printer goes burr. Printer does go burr. AMD just dropped another percent. NASDAQ down 0.87. So we're continuing with selling and being under the middle Bollinger Band. I don't think it's a major issue, but the problem is we haven't really seen that on the NASDAQ. It hasn't chopped up this area for a very long time. Ever since, even up here we weren't. So here we chopped around for a minute. This is the coronavirus drop, and then we reversed higher and never really played with the middle Bollinger Band line. We were just kind of hanging out there, and then now we're underneath it. So it could turn it around, but I don't know. Seems like we've already had quite a bit of distribution, and likely to see more is what it looks like. Change the UI a little bit on my on E-Trade. Hmm. Hold on. Yeah, not doing so great here today. All right, now negative 1%. We'll see how that goes. Almost 1.1 now. Peloton down 5, Net down 5. Sox Alokta, AMD almost down 3. Well, you better do it. One thing you can't do is ignore stuff. It just doesn't work out very well. Usually doesn't work out very well if you just ignore it. So take a look at it. Market is what it is what it is. It's not like we get to control the outcome. So we just is what it is. And then we wait for the next setup. 1.14. The Tesla's moved slightly red. Oak to IVR net. So net coming down pretty hard after beautiful move up. Maybe we'll get a retest. Um, Market's going to go into a correction, which is probably likely. Just a way it just feels heavier, much heavier than it has recently in the past. Genus Peloton. How's Peloton doing? Coming back, still above the 10-day Peloton is, so that's good for Peloton. Okta playing with the 10-day above the 20-day, definitely above the 50-day. Pays. What's green now? Nothing with our highlight on it is green. Nikola Manitowoc LED, Lockheed Martin. What's TRN? Oh, Trinity Industries. LKNCY. It got delisted from the Nasdaq. Yeah, it's on the over-the-counter exchange. It's on OTC as of today, it looks like. So yeah, it got delisted. That's funny. I don't think I've ever been involved in moving from the over-the-counter up to a major exchange or vice versa. This is kind of funny. So yeah, you want to ditch it now, Rob? Just ditch it, dude. If it's on the OTC, just ditch it. You're not going to get any institutional support, which is tough on a stock if it has no institutional support. So KG. Actually, Ellie talked about that a little bit. I didn't really. Oh yeah, yeah, very good. That's on the over-the-counter exchange too. Breaking over some trend lines. There we go. Oh yeah, we had a nice flag. Monday, Friday, Thursday, Wednesday. It would have been Tuesday. Yeah, not bad at all, as a matter of fact. Anything in the news for them? Announced increase in sales, 521. Whoops. Freaking Windows shaky shake. I should be able to turn that off. Yeah, AMD has promising lots of things, not delivering on it. Hemp and CBD lifestyle brand focused on functional beverage sector. Is that what they're calling it now? Functional beverage? That's kind of fancy. Company continues to work with large Southeast grocery chain. 6 to 8 million in revenue for 2020. I guess the question is, can they get going? Oh, here we go. Gold Leaf delivers product to almost 700 retail locations, 200 Circle K's, Belo's, Piggly Wiggly, 7-Eleven, BP, many various independent retail locations. Yeah, so not too bad for KG. I don't have, let me, guess I'll throw it on here. Maybe we'll throw, you guys discussed it enough. I think Ellie was talking about it too last week. He's got something in KG. I'm not sure if he got rid of this one too, but had a good move. About 27%. All right, 1.15 for the NASDAQ now. Just continuing moving lower. Tesla down almost 1% now. Looks like we're going to try to undercut the 20-day line. Volume not very extravagant. All right, pays stalling out. Peloton Soxel. So not much to do today. Not yet. 1.3% now for the NASDAQ. All right, AMD getting to undercut territory. Yeah, looks like AMD in undercut territory. Yeah, you're good, Rob. And the NASDAQ here looks like, so here's our measured move, our frozen rope line, which the NASDAQ's kind of been working in a little bit. Did undercut that the other day. It looks like doing it again today. We'll see if we're going to get a bounce back like we did over here. But yeah, we'll just have to wait and see how that's gonna play out. Let's look at the Qs. Maybe we'll find a great bottoming candle or something. But this one looks like it's about to close. Close in about 30 seconds. That current 5-minute candle. Yep, under the 20-day there. First time in a while. So last time we chopped it up, we bounced back pretty nicely by the end of the day. That's that big green day at the bottom. And actually, if you look here on the Qs, it never undercut near as much as it did on the futures up here. Just got to see if there's going to be a turnaround. How's everybody NIO doing? NIO holding up pretty good, still above the 20-day. Actually has very good price action lately. I gotta say, for a little company, what's their? I wonder what their market cap is. Oh, 8 billion. That seems fairly aggressive. They do have sales though. So sales of $1 billion. Gotcha. Okay, it's not too bad. EPS this year's 51, quarter over quarter 35. Looks like that doesn't in earnings on May 28th, which is back in time. Earnings were a month ago. Lovely. Shares are a little bit thick at 800 million. That's a little big. Usually you'd like to see, shares in the 100 million territory, but I guess 8 billion is a large-ish margin. Not really. Still should be lower share count. ROA, ROE 222 is excellent. All right. There's NIO doing pretty good. Got some sales. They got even have a market cap. Look at that. Our 1.35 for the Nasdaq. Watch it fall. AMD down 3%. Did it undercut? Not quite. Not our line yet. Line doesn't really mean anything, but got tight here once it failed that. That was the exit signal for sure on this one. Stocks have been a little bit toppy for a while now. Looks like rolling over here with expanding selling volume. Peloton also is doing great. Actually, still isn't doing too bad. It's still above the 10-day, even with a 4% down day, which is on the more aggressive side. So that's kind of impressive. Okta and D-Dog's down here too. It's kind of a weird day right there on Friday. Elevated volume, but we got that on a lot of stocks because it's Friday. All right, net coming back in. Appears to be probably come back to the 50-day maybe. Looks like it's continues retracing to the 50-day. But after an extension like this, you'd hope it wouldn't be pulling back in. DocuSign still within trend, well within trend. DocuSign Twilio down 6, and that's quite a lot. Look at that. Boom, 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 boom. Quite a large sell-off. Not a lot of volume, so maybe they'll start picking it up at some stage. Nasdaq 1.18 right now. 41% on KG. Very nice. Well, maybe just stick with it. I mean, if they're actually a legitimate business. The thing about some of those OTC stocks is most of them aren't even really legitimate businesses. They're not run by people that know how to get something done. So if they can get something done, good. You could find a buyout, management change in the future. Just depends. Manitowoc back up. Nikola up. Is it up? I guess it's up. Yeah, it closed. Must have closed low. Oh, RH. Yeah, it's pretty low. Pretty low, unfortunately. Well, let it 10x on you then. Don't cut it short. I mean, you never know. I mean that the hemp stuff, the weed stuff. So I mean, it's going to be in vogue for the next several years. Someone's going to come out with some energy drink, and they've already done it. So I don't know. Maybe someone will undercut them. Maybe like Coca-Cola will undercut them, but they got to build a brand. Is probably what they got to do. I'm not a marketing executive, obviously, but you know, Monster built a good brand. Red Bull built a good brand. Although I don't know what a hemp drink would do for. What does it do for you? Does it just give you the munchies and make you buy more stuff in the Circle K? That could be a possibility. Match.com still green. Bill's still trying to get laid. AMT. Yeah, what would that look like? What would a buyout by Coke look like? We'll buy you for 50 cents a share. What happened to IVR? Where is it? There it is. Oh, just well, I guess they're really concerned about people not paying their mortgages or whatever they have commercial mortgages, commercial clients not paying their rent or whatever. But it looks like it paused a little bit at a higher low. So here's our low from prior in the low threes or high twos. Now we're in the mid to high threes. So we'll see if it's gonna hold up. Yeah, I mean, it's just been in a downtrend. It just continued the downtrend. I don't think anything really that different occurred. Where's my mouse? There it is. All right, 0.88 for the Nasdaq. Bouncing back up here a little bit. We got Tesla green, IVR match green with our highlights on it. LAD Manitowoc still up 5. Some of these beaten down ones coming back. Net still down with the 5, almost a 5 handle on it. Peloton, how's AMD doing? Getting back down here, Charles. Maybe talk about undercut and rally here on AMD. Oh, nice, Rob. That's good, man. LUV? I guess a little bit. Volume's dried up a little bit too. Yeah, it could be. Let's look at the other airlines. We haven't seen them really make any moves in a few weeks. United Airlines. Yeah, averaging down usually not a great idea. In most circumstances, not a good idea. Um, Not so great there. American Airlines. A little bit, nah, not so great there either. Of course, Love does have the most cash out of all the airlines, which could be why it's definitely holding up better. And still underneath the trend line. Support by the 50-day moving average, 10 and 20-day on top of it still. So, not showing any major signals at this stage of the game, but maybe definitely I think worth keeping an eye on. Again, Love has the most cash of the airlines. I think that's the game that's gonna, so if someone's gonna win, I don't know if Love wants to. I don't think they want to branch out, nor do they have enough money to like buy American or something. But I think if some of the airlines are going to win, Love's probably going to come out with it in a very good position. Um, but yeah, I don't know if they're interested in becoming, because when you think about, I was thinking a little bit about the 2008 2009 and how all the banks kind of bought each other out because they couldn't survive otherwise, and then the government forced everybody to. Um, Love is a smaller player. I don't think they could buy a UAL or an American Airlines, but I mean, maybe they could buy another regional carrier or something that was hurting. Maybe they could do that and increase footprints. I don't know. I don't know what that is, but all right, Nasdaq 0.6% down now, so we've come back about half from where we were. We were down 1.2 for a minute. I think I could be wrong. We bounced up pretty good right there. So the morning half hour is over. And we'll see if we're going to bounce back up. Hold on a second. Mihail says DAL has the least debt. Is that true? Could be. We could finviz that for a minute. Still think the airline plays are going to be good at some stage, although with this, second coronavirus uptick, it's going to be difficult to really get them back on their feet. It's going to take a lot longer, which is probably why they're still so beaten down. That one also has support by the 50-day, not quite the same curl that Ellie's talking about, but also no real bullish action on that one either. Let's take a look at debt for a minute. We can see debt here on FinViz. So where's debt? Debt to equity. Okay. Let's look at Love, which supposedly has the most cash. I'm not sure about their debt ratio though. Debt to equity is 0.56. We'll use that as our benchmark. So 0.56. American Airlines. What? How do you not have? It's American Airlines for fuck's sake. How do you not have debt to equity? That's stupid. IBD, here we come. You can see debt from your couch. Wow, Allegiant Airlines. Debt to equity 19% for LUV. DAL, right? I passed it. Oh, 58% for Delta. Let's take an Alaskan Airlines, for instance, as a smaller, more regional carrier. 29%. UAL. 116%. American Airlines. Not available. How do you not give your it's a damn public company. How do we not know the debt? That's ridiculous. AAL looks like garbage though. Oh, GLD? Yeah, that could be good. I guess we Dow and S&P in the green, huh? We headed back up. NASDAQ 0.66, at least on the futures. Whoops. It's weird. There we go. Dow's up 1, huh? That's always it always scares me when the Dow's up and the NASDAQ's down. Always scary. So much easier to run up 30 stocks than it is to run up the entire NASDAQ. BA? Well, Boeing, like Ellie mentioned, with LUV with a little curl on it, still under the moving averages here, but I mean, at some point it'll get going. It's got three red days, one green day, four red days, now potentially one green day. Well, 7%'s a good day though. I mean, hard to know what's going on with Boeing without actually hawking it because there's so many moving pieces involved. $100 billion market cap, 78 billion in sales. I wonder if they did that last. They've already done that last time. Boeing Max test flights begin. Sources. Okay. 737 Max certification flights test begin on Monday. Boeing Max poised for key test as plans made to train pilots. All the same stuff. So maybe just moving up on the 737 Max stuff. Russia plans first tourist spacewalk after Musk breaks monopoly. After Musk breaks, oh, their monopoly? This is interesting. Russia's space agency plans to send a tourist will go on the first ever commercial space flight. Elon Musk broke its monopoly on human flights to the ISS. Roscosmos? Roscosmos unit, blah, blah, blah. Space Adventures sent 2 tourists to the ISS in 2023. One of them to walk in open space, according to a statement Thursday. That's cool. Lost a 9-year monopoly on ferrying crew to the ISS. Yeah, Elon should start doing that, but I don't know if he can because it's an internet, it's a government-owned thing, so it may not. The Russian space agency will continue to earn revenue from NASA before Boeing in Space, which is also developing a rocket, can completely supplant it. Oh, why can't SpaceX? NASA said last month it bought an additional seat on a Russian Soyuz launch this fall, as its commercial crew program is not going on routine flights yet. 90 million. I think Elon's is almost half of that. I think it's like 50 million. All right, let the consumerism space flights begin. Boeing is not getting. I don't know how they can compete with SpaceX when look at all the crap that's going on with and this guy's. I don't like his little beardy look there. It looks really weird. All right, yeah, Boeing may be going for it. 0.58 for the Nasdaq, bounced up ever so slightly. AMD still down, not quite down as much as it was. Has bounced a little bit. Did our undercut. Now we just got to find the rally part. So it did undercut right there. See Peloton, still fairly high. We need to get some follow through though if this is going to get anywhere. Okta, where's our close? Okay, there we are. There's our close on Okta. Not too bad yet. Net off the lows as well. Need to see major rally. We got a few more stocks up here now. Tesla, NIO, Match doing pretty good up here. Actually, printing a high today. Okay, that's fairly impressive. Actually, it's fairly impressive for Match. Nickel up 8%. For selling off last week or Friday. Basically, it was all Friday. Back up here today. Anna KG, Crocs, AMT IVR. I don't know if you're looking for if you're all looking for a bottom by AMD, maybe the play if it can get the rally part going. No, you want to get it if it's trying to come back up, but you do have to have a tight stop loss, obviously. But it's trying to it's undercutting these two lows right now, and not by wide margins. It's barely underneath them. So if it reverses here, then it doesn't want to go lower. I know what you're saying though, Ellie, and I agree, but this undercutting rally method has been working pretty good. So it's got to wait for it to transpire. 49.15 appears to be the level, which is pretty much right where we're at with this little consolidation. That appears to be the level right there for AMD at the moment if it's going to bounce up from that. 200 bounce down here at 45. Yeah, yeah, it could go. I mean, could go either way. That wouldn't. That would. I don't know. I don't think that would be undercutting necessarily. That would be 200 bounce. Yeah. I mean, it should be fine. How's RH? You bouncing back, RH? 0.5% for the Nasdaq, so we're coming up just a little bit more. Yeah, I hear what you're saying, Ellie, but the thing is lately that has all been buying opportunities. It's all been buying opportunities. So I don't want to throw the baby out with the bathwater on on something like that. So first half hour of Monday was crap, and we'll see if the rest of Monday is good. You never know. You never know. But I mean, the question here, if it rallies, how far is it going to rally? Maybe gets back up to the 55 or so. And we're going back on through there, it looks like. Yeah, I can't say if that's a positive or negative statement, Ellie. I can't say if that's a positive or a negative statement, but 0.36 for the NASDAQ. Not too bad here, 171. Net Oakta trying to get happy again. Nikola Manitowoc. There's Tesla 1.41, which is good. And that looks pretty decent. We still have time left on this one. All right, point three for the NASDAQ. That's Tesla. Tesla's still good. NIO is still pretty good too. These electric car companies. And nickel up 8% is pretty good too. My buddy Oakta was looking super good. Definitely a little choppy here recently, but able to hold up okay. Net's still looking like part of the same trend actually. Peloton bouncing up off of our support trend line actually. Oh, I didn't notice that earlier. Bounced just shy of our supportive trend line. Interesting. You got AMD fighting to stay above this little middle choppy point here. Looks like 50. Still point three for the NASDAQ. We're trying to decide if we're going higher or not. It's trying to figure it out. It's like, what are we going to do? I should just put everything in Tesla and just leave it alone. That'd have been great. All right, that little other candle green. Oh, back to red. Beyond Meat not having a good day here today, down 10%. That's falling apart. There's your 50-day moving average. Our volume is already equal with Friday's. That's quite a bit of selling pressure on Beyond Meat. That's not a good day for Beyond Meat right there. Kind of fell apart on Thursday. Nary a bounce on Friday at all. Looks like it opened, popped up, and just kind of, I guess it went down, then popped up. But yeah, not very good there for Beyond Meat. So you GNC, which recently has had some really, really big bounces because of change in management. I'm not sure what the deal is here, but they're already back down from 1.4 to 0.5, which is huge. Twilio, which is looking really good, still in its potential frozen rope pattern. This one down lower here on the day today, so that could be interesting. 0.3 on the Nasdaq now, so Twilio could be an interesting one for a supportive move. DocuSign, not really much going on there. Roku, LVG, all these ones lower here could be some buying, especially like a DocuSign. Looks like support at the 10-day, which we're really close to. Is this AMBA or AMD? RH, still within pattern, which is good. Soxel flat. Oh, Win. What's Win doing up here? Wow, Win with a haircut right there. Look at that thing. Undercut and rally from right here. That would be a pretty aggressive rally. I guess everyone thought they were going to open up, and then last week, cases started spiking again. Maybe they're going to hold a Republican National Convention in Wynn, Las Vegas. So that'd be funny. So here's an undercut and rally possibility here too. 0.24 for the Nasdaq. So there's a potential undercut and rally from that swing low. And Nasdaq green, but not the futures. How's AMD doing? AMD not doing too bad. They closed that 5-minute candle very tight. Very, very tight. All right, 0.24. And AMD's going up again. Let me see here. Point 0.23. 0.25. Match Tesla. Come on, AMD. Wind's not looking too bad either. Wind's down super low. Let's see. I want to see some follow through on AMD if I'm going to look at this one. Don't think we quite have it yet. All right, what else? What's gold doing? That bounced up decently on Friday. There's the move up out of the thing late and early last week, out of this consolidation. Not too bad. All right, NASDAQ 0.27 still. Come on, AMD. Need some volume. We got 1 minute left in that candle. And I can't say it's going to be great. Yeah, the BA still rocking. 7.87. I kind of stalled out a little bit at the overnight high. At least, yeah, right there at the overnight high, which is also the 10-day moving average. Still 0.27 for the NASDAQ. Still can't quite get out of its own way. Nikola match. Tesla bounced back pretty nicely here. Down a little bit more volume up than down, except for that opening candle, but those are always high. So we'll see. This is kind of where the rubber hits the road a little bit in terms of, you know, whether we're going to rally or not. 2.5, you're at 0.3, now we're back at 0.25. Yeah, Rob, it sometimes is. Those overnight highs, those are, generally more just professional money. Um, it is kind of odd that it does do that. They kind of show their hand ahead of time. But I guess at the end, that's what a double top or double bottom is, anyways. All right, 0.26 for the Nasdaq. And the Qs are flat. Trying to form a little bull flag. Maybe you move up. You see volume's been declining the past couple of candles. Okay, looks like it's getting a bid right now. AMD moving up here 1.4, 1.3, 1.7. Service now. Okay. There's AMD. Trying to pop up a little bit. Close that last candle down pretty low. Flat, essentially. I prefer can't stop, won't stop. Yeah, well, is what it is. 0.21 for the NASDAQ now. So it did jump up there a little bit. Yeah, we appear to be doing okay. .16 for the NASDAQ. All right, AMD looking good. 0.17. .2. Let's see if we're going to turn around. We're on the cusp. AMD looks like it wants to try. How about win? We're not quite ready right there. 1.5 or 0.15 for the NASDAQ. Nickel is up 10%. Match is pretty green at this stage. Sox will back up there, Mongo. My Hawking 5-minute? Yeah, a little bit. I'm just looking for some volume signatures, which so far haven't quite shown up yet. Let's take a look at NAT. How's everybody's space doing, just out of curiosity? 200-day support, that's about it. Not looking so hot generally. Peloton. Let's look at that airline trade, though. Was it Love? Ellie was talking about earlier with a little bit of a curl going on. Looks like he's trying to break that trend line right now. Question is with what kind of fervor? 0.22 for the NASDAQ. Volume elevated right here. LUV not too bad. Just wonder where it's going to go here. So you got about 25% to all-time highs, or well, recent highs. Then about 10%, a little under 10%. It's about a 2-to-1 risk-reward trade. All right, AMD still with some selling pressure. It's moving up, but yeah, we appear to be pushing to the upside a little bit here, but it's definitely a fight going on. It's not like we've seen in the past. There's a little bit more trepidation to the upside, implying they're probably still trying to distribute. They're just letting the market go up in little chunks and taking their bites out of it. So I guess we'll just have to see how that's going to play itself out. It's pretty much the only thing to do. Soxel. Tesla 1.84% is pretty good. Got up a little more there. Matchup 2. There's Win trying to. Looks like Win's trying to get up. A little better volume on Win than a few others. 0.12 for the NASDAQ now. Let's go. Let's see what IBD's got to say. Let's check out the paper for a second. Really funny they don't have the big picture. It's buried. It's kind of annoying. Oh, there it is. B8, there we go. Rational coronavirus cases. So 5 distribution on the S&P, 2 on the NASDAQ. It's really funny. They still have a newspaper format, even though they don't print it anymore. S&P has shown some real professional selling, and from this prevented the index from catching up with the NASDAQ. Friday marked the third decline of the week. At one point, the video streaming, 2% or more in heavier turnover this month, including a 5.9 plunge and a 2.6 lambasting. Lambasting, that's a new word. S&P fell 2.9, eclipsing its prior week for 1.9 gain. Netflix played another FANG play reversed for a 2.3% loss on the week. At one point, the video streaming rallied down 3%. Never saw volume come in. Some stocks ended with superb gains. Square, Trade Desk, Sprouts, Wingstop. Fear rose, but not enormously. The CBO Volatility Index rose for the second time in 3 sessions. Even after Friday's 7.9 advance, the VIX still lies near 59% below the peak. Well, yeah, duh. What you got there, Ellie? What are those ones? Oh, wind blasting off. NASDAQ 0.19. Is AMD going to do the same thing? 1.37. Not really blasted off. Wind did, though. Wind blasted off. You notice they had slightly better volume. Not quite back into rally mode, but it looks like it's trying to get there. Yeah, what are those? LAVOO and VHT? Vanguard. Is that actually Vanguard? VHT is healthcare. Oh, okay. And VOO is S&P. S&P ETF? All right. Cool, cool. You don't mind a healthcare ETF. That seems fairly logical. Win matched Tesla, 2.5% for Tesla. Oh, they just started rallying, didn't they? Look at those guys. NASDAQ 0.18. So we're able to maintain up here. So not too bad. 0.2. Now we're oscillating back and forth on the futures. Some individual names are moving though. How the Q's doing? They're doing okay. Not spectacular. Yeah, come here. Gets destroyed. Well, we'll have to figure out a way to make it not get destroyed on your bed. Oh. Hold on a minute, guys. All right, James is going to join us for a little bit here. It's like NASDAQ took a slight turn for the worse. AMD pull in. Yes, it did. Still really no volume. Pays Peloton. Is Win still going? Win's reached the line. It stalled a little bit though. So far, it's just a single candle. The kid still close nicely. Ellie says hi. Oh, there goes. Yeah, Win's expanding up. All right, NASDAQ just went green. 0.01, 0.02. Oh, it's very nice, Ellie. I agree. So James, Ellie's saying that you're the best thing that's happened to us on our live stream today. Is that good? That is good. And you just, James, you just made the market go green.
What?
See this bar right here going green?
Yeah.
That's pretty good for everyone except for Ellie. Yeah. Rob says good morning too, James.
Good morning.
All right, AMD 109, so the market is getting a little bit of a bounce here. You saw Win kind of leading a rally. So that one may continue. That's taking a pretty deep haircut, so that's if you're looking for a lower buy, Win down here is, I mean, it is catching a falling knife a little bit. You are trying to catch a turn at this stage of the game. You're not actually catching the falling knife. You're hoping it's bounced off the floor and is going to go back in the knife block on the kitchen counter. So it's kind of what I guess the hope is right there. Tesla 2.73%. So coming back with a quickness. Yeah, and I ditched my AMD. I just bought a little bit. I bought some down here as we were trying to get up. It's kind of leveling in a little bit, but I'm not really liking the action. Well, I mean, you can go in, Rob. I can't say it's gonna, you may have to sell out as we get towards the top here, which would be like if it's 4%, that's a 12% gain, which is still excellent.
Oh.
All right, now we're fighting with positive on the futures. It's been a fight the whole way up. Not super good. Nikola 13 though, they're getting this one back. There's too many people in on the electric car trade. Nikola would definitely be a laggard to Tesla being the leader by wide margins. I don't think the market cap tells a true story on that one. Manitowoc. Is that all this morning? Oh, that's all late yesterday. There's nothing this morning. Very low volume. That's your biggest one right there. It's that big red candle. Soxo Gold, Mongo. AMD looks like right back down. You out of here, James? All right, buddy. Brush your teeth so you don't strip the paint off the walls. You say no? Little bastard said no. All right, AMD with a big red candle right there. Now down 0.1 for the NASDAQ. And you can see the fight there. Is Win holding up at least? It's doing okay. I didn't buy any Win. It's a nice proxy, I think, right now for the fight that's going on. AMD. Still a lot of room in that candle. Let's watch this one for a minute. Fight for our money, fight for their money. I want them to give me their money. Time in sales. Let's see what this looks like. I look at this from time to time. I don't get a lot of great insights out of it, but maybe crazy to watch the order books fly by with like actual real-time graphs on like a 240 hertz monitor or something and just get a feel for the order flow. Yeah, fun. All right, NASDAQ green, 0.05. We're back to green. Back to green. Back and forth, back and forth. Back and forth. Well, Tesla doing great. Tesla doing fantastic. I just need more Tesla. Need more Tesla. It's awesome. I think I'm gonna bounce, guys. Get out of here. Yeah, so we'll see if AMD's gonna hold up this undercut and rally. So far, it looks like it's a bit in danger. We never really bounced out that dramatically in terms of volume anyways. Volume actually kind of died once we got above the line. So, I don't know. Gonna be a difficult one to try to get into. But it's been pretty weird. Really, for the past several weeks. I mean, there's not a lot to... Hasn't done a whole heck of a lot. Went really sideways and it just dropped down. So, I don't know. We'll see. The end of the day will tell today. I'm not sure that'll give us weekly direction, but it'll be a little bit telling as Win looks like it's still wants to rally through. Win with a very expansive move to the downside. Probably very oversold on the RSI. Yeah. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to get out of here. Looks like the market, like I said, trying to bottom, maybe another reverse higher here for however long that takes and lasts. All right, everyone. I will see you tomorrow.